Welcome back to What to Drink Before You Die. And today's something a little bit different because it's very rare that we talk about Petit Verdot. Because it's even more rare, the Petit Verdot is the star of the show. You may know it as a supporting cast member in Bordeaux. Problem is, in Bordeaux, it rarely gets ripe. Needs a lot of hang time, needs a lot of sun. And historically, that wasn't really the Bordeaux thing, except for in very hot vintages, right? You've seen it maybe make an appearance in Napa Valley or maybe in Australia or something like that. But we're going to take it back to Europe for one of my favorite regions, which I've talked about before, Ribera del Duero. However, what I also love about Abadía Retuerta is that they're rebels. They did not want to be in the appellation when it was created in the early 80s. They said, thank you, no thank you. The innovative and visionary, albeit mad scientist, crazy, also genius winemaker Angel said, no, I think we need to explore this property a little more. And these rules, not gonna let us do that. So this beautiful estate situated in Sardón de Duero at a just absolutely breathtaking 12th century abbey, which was restored into, actually, if you're a fan of travel, it's worth checking out, one of the few 5-star and 3 Michelin key hotels in all of Spain, decided to not only embrace the tradition of this historical Santa Maria de Retuerta Abbey, but install next to it one of the most modern winemaking facilities in Spain. Now, before you jump all over me like, oh God, modern, oh, then it's all marmalade and osmosed and produced and made and blah, 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 blah. No. Not at all. This winery is the perfect yin-yang of tradition and innovation. Now, because this land sits on a crazy 150-hectare plot, of which they've identified over 50 individual single vineyards with unique microclimates and soil types, there was no reason to just fall into the category of Ribera del Duero, much like their predecessors, Vega Sicilia, did over 120 years ago. But while some of those giants of Ribera have fallen into the temptations of modernity, international taste, and commercialism, sort of doing away with some of these old school blends which sort of identified the appellation, Angel refuses to change. He's a stubborn one, and that's a great thing. All these different plots allow for different grape varietals which you almost never see in Ribera. They have single vineyard Tempranillo, of course, single vineyard Cabernet and Syrah, and Petit Verdot, my personal favorite and maybe the flagship wine of this winery. You probably don't know Petit Verdot on its own, but what it does in a Bordeaux blend is it kind of fills out all the cracks. It's almost like the makeup on the model after you have the bones and the flesh and the skin and the structure and everything else. Then you get the sort of finishing touches. The dark, inky color, which sort of cements that Cabernet Merlot thing. These crazy florals, which are different than the Cabernet Franc. It's less green and more dark and spicy and violety, almost like Asian lilies, with this incredible graphite-y inky thing, which is way different than what the Cabernet brings, and almost like a damson plumminess, which is also way different from what the Merlot brings to the mix. Honestly, it's one of my favorite grape varieties, which gets no play. No fame, no street cred, nothing, because there are very few climates which are conducive to it. But if you have a chance to drink a great Petit Verdot, especially one of the best examples, if not the best example on the planet, from Abadía Retuerta, I can't recommend it more. And if you're like, where am I going to get one of those bottles? Well, we just happen to have a song box featuring a complete range of Abadía Retuerta, from the blends to the single vineyard reds to, of course, this incredible 2014 Petit Verdot. Grab one now and see what I'm frothing at the mouth about. And be sure to tick this box before you kick the bucket. We'll see you next week on What to Drink Before You Die.